Good.
Awesome. Well, I'm your last briefer for the day, and then I'm going to let you guys out, so just give me your attention for just a few minutes, okay? So I am the Air National Guard in-service recruiter. I service this base along with 4 other bases. So basically what I do is I'm here to assist you as you're looking for opportunities as you separate from the active duty Air Force. And so I'm going to go over a little bit about the Air National Guard and things like that. So how many people here know something about the Air National Guard? Okay, so everybody else knows nothing? Like nothing at all. Okay, what do you know about the Air National Guard?
It's a state program.
A state program. Okay, what about you?
That's what I was going to say.
State program, okay. Did you guys?
There are different types of guard members, like technicians,
Okay.
active duty guard.
Okay. Well, you guys are a good group because a lot of you guys didn't say you know anything, so I'm here to inform you. So that's a good answer that we're a state program. However, I always ask that question because there's a big misconception that we are state funded. So I always want to talk about that at the very beginning. We are a federally funded organization, just like the active duty Air Force and just like the Air Force Reserves. So the difference in the two is the Air National Guard actually has 2 missions, okay? So we have an federal mission and we have a state mission. So our federal mission is just like yours on active duty, to support federally. Same with the Air Force Reserves. Our state mission is to support the state in the case of like a natural disaster or an emergency or something to that nature. So that's kind of the differences. So we are a federally funded organization. We have a lot, we have all the federal benefits, and we're going to get into that here in just a second. So I'm going to kind of walk back and forth, and we're going to just kind of do a talking and back and forth instead of just like a slideshow brief. So I handed out a pamphlet to you guys, and on the back of the pamphlet it shows all of our Air National Guard locations. So we are located in every single state. So as you're separating, or if you decide to separate and you're wanting to go to any location, we have an Air National Guard unit in that state. We have 1 up to sometimes 5 or so Air National Guard units throughout each state. So if you have a certain location you want to go to, we probably can find you a home. We are primarily a part-time. We have our part-time, which is 1 week in a month, and then we also have our full-time members that support our Air National Guard units, just like you support your units here on active duty. So it's full-time as well. So our benefits are based on pay, your rank, and your time in service. So how many people in here are for sure they're getting out of active duty? Like they're not re-enlisting? Okay, how many people are on the fence? Okay, so a good mixture of people. So the reserves already briefed, and so a lot of the benefits that he went over are the same benefits that we have as well. Like I was talking about how we do have the same federal benefits. So the benefits as far as your TRICARE and your dental, we also have those same plans. So basically it's like the TRICARE Reserve Select. It's a premium-based program. So basically what that means is that you work your 1 week in a month, and you get that full medical coverage and your full dental coverage is in addition to like your SGLI. So you work 2 days a week for those benefits. 2 days a month for those benefits, which is the same as the Air Force Reserves as well. So the retirement, does anybody in here know anything about our retirement? How many years, let me ask you this, how many years do you have to serve in the Air National Guard in order to be able to receive a retirement?
20 total years.
20, good job, you guys are good. So yeah, so it's just 20 years. So if you've already done 6 years on active duty, then you just have to do 14 years in the Air National Guard in order to be able to receive the retirement. The difference in our retirement and what you guys get on active duty is that it's called a vested retirement. So it's the same retirement you get 50%, basically 50% of your base pay. It's a point-based system, so the more time you serve on active duty, the larger your pension is, but we just don't receive our retirement until age 60. So it's the same retirement, it's just it's a vested retirement. Anyone have any questions about that? So how many people in here are wanting to go to school when they separate? Okay, so this is a really good program that we have. You know how I was talking about how we're state and we're federal as well, we have both benefits. So we have all the same federal benefits like I was talking to you about on your GI Bill. So you can utilize your post 9/11 or your Montgomery GI Bill, whichever one you opted out or opted to take. But we have additional state benefits as well. So each state, depending on where you're going, depends on the state benefits that they offer. So for example, if if you're staying here in Utah, if you're wanting to separate, stay here in Utah, our state benefit is $6,500 of tuition a year. So yours on active duty is what, $4,500, right? So our state benefit is $6,500. So you're able to actually gain a couple $1,000s in tuition assistance if you're wanting to stay here in Utah. So there's a couple different, every state's just a little bit different. So when you separate, if you're deciding to go to college, you can actually utilize those federal benefits in addition to those state benefits. So this is something that's unique to the Air National Guard. Okay, cross-training. How many people in here don't like their job? Okay. Okay. What happens? Somebody tell me what happens on active duty if you don't like your job.
Suck it up.
Suck it up? What happens?
You gotta do it.
You just gotta do it, right? Unless all the stars align and the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, right? And you just happen to fall into one of those cross-training windows or retraining windows, right? Yeah. So one of the cool things about the Air National Guard is that we pride ourselves in wanting you to be able to choose your job. So we do not have retraining windows. We do not have cross-training windows. So basically what that means is if you're separating and you don't like your job, you can come talk to me and we can let you pick your job. It goes off your, obviously your ASVAB scores, your medical, medical qualifications. But other than that, we do not limit you. As long as there's a position available, you get to choose that position. So I know people in the Air National Guard that have had 5, 6 different AFSCs throughout their career. And basically why is they may be seeking a promotion, so they're trying a different curriculum. Maybe they just don't like the job that they picked, like some of you guys, and then they just come to us and they just say, hey, I don't like my job anymore. I don't like my supervisor. This just isn't working for me. We are very big on wanting you to be happy when you come. If you're not happy when you come to your drill weekends, then we're losing and you're losing, right? So this is a voluntary thing. You're voluntarily choosing to be a member of the Air National Guard. So it's important to us that when you show up, you're excited, you're ready to do your job. And obviously, if you don't like your job, then that can hinder those things. So that's something that's really important to us. Does anybody know anything about promotions in the Air National Guard? Anybody?
Somebody does.
Somebody dies? I always get that.
I was gonna say either some dies or retires.
Dies or retires, okay. So that's something that a lot of people say. And really, honestly, the promotions in the Air National Guard can come very quickly. It's not based off of someone dies or retires. It's a merit-based system. So no, we don't box test, okay? So we don't test for rank. However, we promote based on merit. So if you're that person that comes to your drill weekend every single weekend and you're doing a good job and you're a hard worker, that you're pressing through, then you could see that promotion happen fairly quickly. It is based off position availability. So up to staff sergeant, it's just like you on active duty. So active duty promotes automatically up to senior airman, right? And then you have to start testing after that, right? So we promote automatically up to staff sergeant. As long as you are, a deserving airman, then we will promote you up to staff sergeant. And then from there, it's based a little bit more on merit, and then it's based on position availabilities. So promotions can happen very quickly in the Air National Guard if you're a hard charger, go-getter kind of person. If you're a person that just comes to drill weekend and just does the bare minimum, don't ever want to move. Do we got any of those in here? No one's gonna admit to it? Yeah. Then yeah, for sure. I mean, it could take a little bit longer for you to get promoted, but most of the time, promotions happen very quickly. Anybody, senior airmen in here that are separating, you will automatically go into a staff sergeant position if you go into the Air National Guard. So all you would have to do in order to be able to put on that staff sergeant rank is come in, show yourself, good airman, that kind of thing, and then make sure you have your time and grade and your time and service done, just like those same requirements on active duty, and then make sure you get your airman leadership school done, and then you're going to be able to sew staff sergeant on very quickly as soon as you meet those requirements. So it's not something you're going to have to wait around for. Anyone have any questions about that? No? Okay. Let's see here. A few more things. You guys are a quiet group. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I talked a little bit about our full-time opportunities. We have two statuses of full-time employees. We have what's called technician, and then we have what's called AGR. AGR is the Active Guard Reserve members. They're the members that are just like you. So All AGR members get paid based on their rank, get all the exact same benefits you have. Free TRICARE, things like that. The only difference between AGR members and you is we don't test for rank. So again, it goes back to that merit-based system. And then we PCS by choice. So you could get a AGR position at a certain location, and you can stay at that location until you reach your 20 years of active duty service. It's pretty cool, huh? So your career lies in your hands. So if you don't remember anything else that I say during this briefing, it's important that you know that in the Air National Guard, your career lies in your hands. Whether you get promoted, what job that you do, and then whether you want a PCS. We're not going to ever tell you that you have to change locations. So that's a really good thing that we benefit from. The second status of employees that we have are technician employees. The technician employees, they work Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday, just like you on active duty, maintaining the Air National Guard base, just like you maintain your active duty bases. And then they do their drill weekends, 1 weekend a month. So those technician positions are WG or GS level scales, so they're still federal status of employee, and then you have your military affiliations on the drill weekends. So, both of those positions can be located, so if you're separated and you're looking at wanting a full-time position, you can actually get on usajobs.gov and find them, or you can go to the state websites and find them as well. All the states post their website or their information on the websites. So, any questions about any of those?
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you're a GS employee and a technician, do you get GS retirement and Guard retirement?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's a really, really good program, and if you are interested in learning about it, come talk to me. The GS and the WG scale, you actually get credit for your active duty time in that system as well. So how many years do you have on active duty?
5 years.
5 years. Okay. So if you separate and you get a federal job, GS or WG level job, then you can take that 5 years that you had on active duty and do what's called, we have a buyback program, and you can buy back that time and actually come onto the GS or WG scale with 5 years automatically in that scale. So you're building 2 retirements at the exact same time. So then whenever you go to retire at 20 years, because you have to do at least 20 years in the technician program, you only have to do 15 more years, and you're getting that technician retirement, but you're also building your military retirement as well. So it's a real good program. Anyone else have questions about that? Okay. Okay, so you guys are all here because you guys are within like 18 months of your separation, right? So that you guys probably have been hearing all of these quality force review boards, ERBs. I mean, you're probably sitting next to people that may be losing their job and they didn't do anything, but they're losing it. Well, there's lots of different programs out right now, and we're taking a lot of those members. We're actually gaining a lot of positions that we can actually put members into. So, you know, if you fall into any of those, it doesn't just qualify you from the Air National Guard. Right now, we have 2 ways to actually transition over to the Air National Guard, and it's PALIS Chase or PALIS Front. Okay, the PALIS Front is basically what that means is whenever you separate from active duty, you join the Air National Guard the very next day. With that, we have bonuses. We have up to $20,000 bonuses for certain AFSCs if you're a PALIS Front member. So it actually allows you to transition into the Air National Guard and have that civilian lifestyle. And that $20,000 bonus can help assist that. If you are getting separated from the active duty Air Force and you're getting separation pay or anything like that, you're still eligible to get our bonuses and also get separation pay. So a lot of people wonder, well, can I get both? Absolutely. So if you're in that situation where you're getting told you have to leave active duty and you may not want to, and you're getting that separation pay, and then you come over to us, you can get both, and you may actually come out ahead. So it's actually a really good program. The other status that we have is our PALIS Chase. So if you're a first-term airman, once you've completed half of your service commitment to the active duty Air Force, you're eligible to PALIS Chase. Basically, what that means is that you finish out your time in the Air National Guard. If you are the FY14 or FY15 PALIS Chase AFSCs that are qualified, all you have to do is finish the remaining time. So if you have 3 years left on active duty, you do 3 years in the Air National Guard, and that's all you have to do on a PALIS Chase. If you under the regular PALIS Chase, you double that time.